right, what's going on, guys? Ray Ergs back here with another episode of the Third and Long Pick Six Show. Coming off a strong winning week, going 4-2, putting us at 20-21-1 overall on the season. Huge, huge step in the right direction, getting us to that over that 500 mark. And you know that if you've been following me for the last 4 years, we finished over 500 every year since. So it's a grind. Just got to keep doing it, pushing forward, and we'll get there. We got a lot of football left to play, so don't leave us. Let's keep cashing those tickets. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Always appreciate the support. If you haven't already, go follow me at The Real Ray Ergs on YouTube and Twitter. All the content will be dropped on YouTube, so don't forget to hit that like and notification bell so you don't miss any content moving forward. Without further ado, get right into it. Cowboys prevailing after an ugly first half against the Lions. Boy, did they look pitiful in the first half, but I guess that's expected. Dak coming back off injury, so you're not sure what to expect from him right away. But they prevailed big time in the second half, and defense, as I've been saying for weeks, that they made the difference yet again, several occasions. So kudos to Cowboys. Lions look not great, as I kind of was on them at the beginning of the season, but not really a good football team. But huge win for the Cowboys. Got to keep up with the pace in the NFC East with teams like the Giants and Eagles. Got to keep winning, and that was a big one for them. Speaking of more wins, the Giants tack on another victory, come from behind fourth quarter victory. Kudos to them. They look really good, sitting at 5-1. Daniel Jones seems like he might be kind of coming into his own a little bit, and I guess that's a coaching thing. It seems like, I guess when you have the right coach in place and you make the changes that are needed, and you actually look better. And Daniel Jones has actually looked pretty good the last couple of weeks, so that's positive for the Giants organization. Might be attracting OBJ coming back. Who knows? A lot of rumors out there swirling saying maybe he'll come back, but who knows? He's a free agent, so we'll see where he's going to end up landing. I'm sure that somebody will pick him up very soon as he's ready to play. So we are talking about teams that win, but we have to talk about teams that lose. Packers, Bucks, completely lost. Don't know where they're headed right now. Not even sure which team looks worse, but if I had to guess which team looked worse, I'm going to say the Bucks because there's more talent on that team, and Packers have a lot of young wide receivers, and Aaron Rodgers is having a hard time trusting getting the ball to them. So I'm going to go with the Bucks. Look much worse than the Packers. Tom Brady, I'm telling you, he's just not in it. I think, looking at the first 7 weeks of the season, this was a huge mistake coming back out of retirement. Obviously, there's a lot of personal issues outside of football that are happening that is you can clearly see. Every week there's a new report, but I think that Tom has definitely one foot. When we said last year he has 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in the door, he's definitely got 1 foot out the door. He might have a foot and a half out the door, but the team does not look good. They look lost. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with them moving forward, or seeing do they make any moves. Does Bruce Arians come back in some way? To get coaching on the field or something? Does he get more involved? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with them moving forward. Seahawks, as I mentioned, we had the over. Their offense continues to roll. Didn't expect the outcome, though, with them obliterating and embarrassing the Chargers, in LA. It was bad for the Chargers. Good for the Seahawks. I said this. They look really, really strong offensively. It's surprising to see how well that they've actually played even without Russell Wilson. Obviously not there, and them being able to produce with Geno Smith. So Chargers look completely lost. They look like that they need to maybe make a head coaching change. I'm not sure. Sean Payton is available. Be a good fit for Sean Payton. That was some rumors during the week, so we'll see what happens there. But Seahawks look great. They're sitting in first place. Who would have thought that at this point in the season they would be in first place? But definitely not me. Chiefs get another victory. Listen, they blow out the 49ers. 49ers, as I said last week when we were on them, they look lost. They added CMC this week, which was a huge offensive upgrade, don't get me wrong, but something's just not jiving with the 49ers right now, as it did at the beginning of the season, maybe like the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season. So things don't look that great. It's really the defensive side of the ball, and Jimmy G has his moments, obviously. So, but the Chiefs go in there and just absolutely stomp on the Niners, which is just yet again proves again that the Chiefs are so good on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm gonna keep beating this on like a drum. Tyreek Hill not being on the Chiefs is way better for Patrick Mahomes. Don't take away the talent. I said this. But Hill not being there opens the field up dynamically in different ways that I don't think Patrick Mahomes has been able to assess yet or be able to put out there yet. And I think we're seeing that now. We're witnessing that. They just got so much good wide receivers offensively. They got so, running back. They just look great. Huge victory coming off of a loss against a really good Bills team last week, obviously. So with that being said, love watching the Chiefs. Love watching Mahomes. Pats blown out at home last night. We were on the Pats, and that was an embarrassing loss at home for the Patriots. Not sure what's going on there, especially at the QB1 position. We have a little bit of a controversy. Who is going to be the starting quarterback moving forward? Who do you think is going to be? Drop a comment in the below, because this is a big topic from last night when Zappe entered the game and Mac Jones was slated to start, and then he comes, and Zappe comes in with high impact, scores 2 quick touchdowns. They go up 14-10, and they never score. They never ever score the rest of the way. So, but go in the comments, drop it in there. Tell me who you like to see at QB1 for the Pats. Where are they headed? Side note: Bill Belichick is below 500 record since Tom Brady lost. Just saying, greatest coach of all time. You would think something might be a little bit different, but blown out, embarrassed. They were on one of my teams on the rise too last week. I mean, they were looking good for a couple weeks, and then they get blown out by the Bears. I mean, that's embarrassing. But keep an eye on them still moving forward. I think the QB controversy is going to play a big factor as to where this team is headed in the next couple of weeks. Jets, speaking of the AFC East, Jets get another big victory. They are playing very good football right now, and they moved to 4-2, setting themselves up for a huge game week 8 this week with the Patriots. Huge game for the Jets. This would put almost maybe an end to the Patriots season if the Jets go in and just roast them like the Bears did or something. This would be huge for the Jets. Playing good football. I don't really expect it. I expect the Patriots to make the adjustments and make the right decisions moving forward. But man, would I love to see that. Would I love to see the Patriots get blown out again and end their season. That'd be fantastic. All right, last topic before we get into everything you've been waiting for, which was the power rankings, just as you guys do every week. Colts make a huge QB change. I guess Matt Ryan suffered a grade 2 shoulder injury. Not so sure. Maybe there was a little bit of an injury. Maybe it's not as, bad as it may seem. But Colts make a huge QB change with Ellinger coming in this week for the remainder of the season. Is Frank Reich making decisions to hold on to his job? Interesting to see how this team folds out the rest of the week. The rest of the season. Titans absolutely have their number over the recent years. They yet again crushed my team. It hurts me to say that as a Colts fan, but got to state the obvious. I think that the QB change is going to help. Listen, we need more younger QBs moving forward. The league is getting faster and faster. Offenses are moving faster and faster. Matt Ryan just doesn't have it anymore. The only two that really do still have it are Rodgers and Brady, and they look absolutely like shit. So Matt Ryan, no, even we didn't even see signs from Russell Wilson, which was just surprising to me how bad Russell Wilson's played this year. So we need more youth athleticism. I think this gives them a little bit of a jump. It's going to be huge to see how they play out the rest of the season. Do they make the playoffs? Give me 2 weeks and I'll get back to you on that question. All right, everything you've been waiting for, power rankings. Here they are. Nothing has changed for me in the top three. Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, still 1 through 3. Even Bills are not playing this week. Chiefs, even though they had the big victory, they stay at number 3. Mainly because the Bills beat the Chiefs. So, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs. Eagles didn't play either. They all stay there. And all we had was a flip-flop. In my opinion, all we had was a flip-flop at 4 and 5. Vikings move down from 4 to number 5. And the Giants move up from 5 to 4, in my opinion. Vikings didn't play. The Giants did with another huge come from behind victory. So I'm slotting the Giants into 4, which is crazy to even think that they're even in the top 5. Would you have even thought that at the beginning of the season? So Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, Giants, Vikings. That's my top 5. 3 teams to watch. Seahawks on the rise. First place in the division. They're in the top 10. They moved significantly up into here. How can you not? They blew out a really good Chargers team, and they're sitting in first place. So they're on the rise. Big team to watch out for. Bengals, they're in the top 10 as well. They have seemed to settle down after that 0-2 start, starting to get things right back to the way that they were last year as a Super Bowl team. Like where they're going moving forward. They're putting up tons of points. Really fun to see them. Seems like they've figured it out. And the Jets in the top 15. Huge victory again. So that is my biggest team to watch is the Jets, mainly because they have a huge game against the Pats on Sunday. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go if they get that big victory. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it. Coming off a strong week. See you guys again on Saturday for the Week 8 picks.